Take it away.
Okay, so
Yeah, Henry, you can start by calling on the functionary. So first you'll call on the counter, then you'll call on the grammarian, and then you'll call on the timer.
who's the
You can just call on the roll, and then whoever's the person, they can just unmute.
okay, all counter.
Thank you. As the all counter, I will note words and sounds used as crutch or pause followed by anyone who speaks during the meeting. Words may be inappropriate interjections such as and, well, but, so, Sounds may be Back to you.
Next, what are the other roles?
The next one is grammarian.
All right, who's the grammarian?
I'm the grammarian. Thank you, Henry.
Okay.
Um, as the grammarian, sorry. What is happening to my girls? As the grammarian, I will listen for words, for a word of the day, which is alchemy. Alchemy is an ancient philosophy aimed at transforming base metals into gold and discovering universal cures. It often symbolizes as a mysterious process of transforming. An example sentence would be, her cooking felt like alchemy transforming simple ingredients into a magical feast. I encourage anyone during this meeting to use the word of the day. I will also listen to any misuse of grammar or awkward language. Thank you, and back to you, Henry.
And next we will have okay, who's next?
I think it's the timer.
Okay, timer.
Yep. Thank you, Henry. As the timer, I will monitor time for each speaker. Throughout the meeting, I will listen carefully to the program participant and signal them. I will use green at the minimum required time, yellow at the middle of the expected time, and red at the end of the allotted or agreed upon time. I will also record each participant's name and actual time used. Back to you.
Okay, who's next? Or is that all?
Yep, that's all for the functionaries. And then Henry,
Okay, great.
and then next you can just call on the speaker one.
Okay, speaker one, please begin.
Have you ever started something as we, but may have finished it as me, or wondered how teamwork can become competition? Take a moment to think about it. A little friendly competition is a great way to build and motivate yourself to become better. And when you see friends grow and win, it will allow you to look up to them and inspires you to keep on striving so that you can become the best you can. But sometimes that can take its U-turn. And it's not about building each other up, but unfortunately tearing each other down. As a super competitive athlete, especially in figure skating, I have learned that even the closest friends can have competition and rivalry. If you ever catch me at the rink, whether it's in the early mornings or the late afternoon sessions, you'll often see me and my friends talking, giggling, and skating. From a stranger's point of view, it may seem like everything is perfect and we're all getting along. But that's just one side of my athlete life. They don't see the other side of being an athlete, the rivalry. It's definitely not the easiest to be competing with the same people that you train with every single day. At competitions, I don't just compete with figure skaters across our nation, but it's also the friends that have been beside me for years. All of a sudden, it's not the same feeling anymore. It seems like the sessions where we would joke around, or the days we would scream and cheer for each other when we landed new jumps, were all gone. And it was who stood higher on the podium, or who landed their jumps, or who got higher level spins in competition. And that's the moment that I realized that the joy that we once all shared was fading away as each competition season began. Now, let's go back to my daily practice sessions, where my friends and I would cheer for each other and watch each other grow. And that encourages me a lot. But sometimes they only see the flawless spins and jumps. They don't see the times where I feel like giving up and falling after another, or the times that I compare myself and say, I'm not good enough. Why am I not like her? This is when we have to realize that everyone's success has mistakes behind them and that nobody is perfect. Skating has taught me such an important lesson to life, which is to build each other up while challenging each other and to have a strong and positive connection to competition. Sure, there are times where we might be higher than them or lower than them, but that is just like a roller coaster. You have your perfect days and the ones that just aren't good. But it's important to understand what everyone is going through. And as I continue to grow in this sport, I have learned that it's not the medals or high scores that show who we are and our personalities, but it's rather the times where we come together as a team to support and comfort each other, as it is way more powerful than the scores itself. I believe that you're truly growing when you're being challenged and encouraged by the ones that are around you, as it can help you learn from each other and succeed. That was the lesson I learned from figure skating. Now, let's turn to another example, school. My school's environment is also extremely competitive, especially the fields towards math and after-school clubs. I'm currently a member of the Future Business Leaders of America, and in school, me and my friends start off with the team spirit, encouraging each other, sharing the jobs, and working together. But as soon as tryout hits, we didn't get along as well. The unfairness and the arguing were constantly spreading around, and we just couldn't get any work done. In just a few days, we split as a team, and it was no longer, I really hope we make it to nationals, but it was, I hope I make it to nationals. That moment made me connect right back to skating. At trials the following week, we didn't talk to each other at all. I remember the pep talks we would do at the lockers, pumping each other up and screaming in each other's ears, good luck, we got this. And we would all enter the tryout room all together. But now, when I walk into the hallway, I see something else. It's the silent and lonely hallways of our school. And we're stepping into tryouts room in different directions as individuals. And that was what hurt me the most. Still to today, I'm constantly trying to rebuild up the connections and the opportunities that I had missed by. And from skating to school, each one has taught me something valuable that connects. Skating has taught me that friends do compete with each other and beside each other, but not to go against each other. And that school has taught me we try to grow together and not to lose competition. connection. So, the next time that you or your friend are standing higher on the podium with the gold medal, or you're having a trouble as a team, just know the things that I said to you today. It's a great way to build yourself up and learn from them. Because I believe the true winners are those who have supportive friends and the ones who have always been there for you through highs and lows, even when the spotlight is not on you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Serena, for your speech. Henry, when you are available, you can proceed with tonight's meeting. Thank you so much, Serena.
Okay. Is speaker number 2 here?
Unfortunately, I believe
we can
speaker number
just
2 is not here.
So we only have one speaker today, or?
Yeah, we only have one speaker today, and Kara just arrived. So, Kara, do you have a table topic session planned?
Yes, I do. Sorry, I was a little late, but yes, I have a table topic session planned.
No worries at all. And also, Kara, just a quick mentioning, it seems like your volume is a little bit low. I'm not sure if it's low for everyone else.
Okay, hold on. I can try to fix that really quickly. Okay, can everyone at least like understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, we can understand you. It's not a big deal at all.
Okay.
So, whenever you are ready, you can begin. And everyone, I also encourage you to turn on your cameras so we can all see your smiling faces. Take it away, Kara.
Thank you, Caleb. So, tonight I have the theme of art for table topics. I did not come up with a name for this theme, but we are going to be asking questions about art. And please try to use the word of the day ostracized in your responses, and as a reminder, the time you're aiming for is 1 to 2 minutes. So, to start off, I will ask a question to Selena, and my question is, which fictional character from any form of media do you identify with the most?
That's a great question. Which fictional character from any type of media do I identify with the most? Well, this question could mean many different things. Like, which character do you feel like you are, or which character do you feel like you can become or you're striving to become? But for me, I might have to choose my favorite character, which isn't Snoopy, but it's from the same story, Woodstock. Woodstock is that bright yellow bird that flaps around, falls off the nest, and flies into a pole. Why do I identify with a bird that can fly into a pole and usually falls off their nest before they even get to sleep? Because Woodstock doesn't stop trying. Every time he falls off the nest, he always comes back and rebuilds the nest. Every time he falls off of Snoopy's head, gets bogged into a car, or gets thrown off of the window, he keeps flying back up. And I identify with that because I also am trying to be resilient and to go up after every fall. Woodstock falls down, but every time at the end of the day, he comes back up and does it again. Thank you, and back to you.
Thank you, Selena, for that amazing response. It was very interesting to see why you identify with Woodstock. And for my next question, I will be asking Andrew. The question is, out of all of the art forms out there, including things like theater, video games, traditional art, music, etc., what is your favorite art form?
If I could choose my favorite art form out of all of the different types of art out there, I feel like it'll be a very hard choice since each type of art has its own uniqueness and its own technique and detail. And then choosing one would be like only being able to eat one type of food your entire life. It isn't really exactly good. So I feel like that all arts are special in their own way, and that each art has its own unique properties. And if I could choose only one, then I feel like I'll be left out on a lots of things that are happening and lots of different experiences. And for each art, there'll be so many different people who work hard in their individual art, and they will strive to practice different aspects and make their art as good as possible. So I don't really feel like I can really choose an individual art because each one is unique and special in its own way.
Thank you, Andrew. Yes, I do agree that it would be very sad to ostracize yourself from all of the amazing art forms out there. My next question will be for Anthony, and the question is, what movie, book, or any piece of media has changed your worldview on something?
Or any type of media has changed my social views? Really none. Because I follow my beliefs and I don't think that any other external media could change my views. But that's just personal belief. Since I have not stumbled across media that could change my worldviews. But I have encountered some media that I agree with or movie, sometimes I watch some videos that talks about how AI is going to take over the world, and I 100% agree with. This makes me fear the outcome of humanity a lot, which makes me happy. Also, yeah, that's basically all.
Thank you, Anthony. And yes, I think videos absolutely count as media that can change or shape your worldview. And for my next question, I will be asking Caleb, since I believe I remember you saying you dislike television or you find it to be a waste of time. The question is, if you could direct any TV show, what would it be like?
This is a great question. And yes, I don't watch any TV, which to the chagrin of a lot of people I know is tragic. But it is also okay. If you remember a few months ago, the workshop we had by director Jude Wang, she herself did not watch, ironically, any television until she was an adult. And now she is directing Hollywood TV shows, which is strange. But the reason for this, and this is something that another very wise person told me, is that she had a lot of real life experience. On television, everything is given to you. The sound, the lighting, the facial expression, the dialogue, it's fake. But in the real world, when you're talking to people, when you're meeting new faces, when you're making friends, that is the real world. And from those experiences, our intelligence and our ability to think develop. Someone like Director Wang, who worked at a restaurant that was run by her father, had many of these day-to-day interactions with others. And this, in turn, is what fueled her creativity and made her a leader in her field. Now, if I were to design a movie or a TV show, it would probably be something like a self-help TV show because I don't really want to give the next generation more media. I want to help the next generation. And what I've been noticed in this generation, and especially after going to many colleges lately, I notice a lack of ambition in the students these days. They're just walking around, they want, they really don't know why they're there, they don't know what they're doing, they don't know how to get a job, they don't really want to get a job, they just want to work from home, have a cushy lifestyle, lack of ambition. And if I could start a TV show, I would do it to help students like these, to give them ambition, to give them a reason to live. And that is what my TV show would be called, A Reason for Existence. Thank you so much, and back to Table Topics Master Kara. Kara.
Thank you so much, Caleb, and thank you for the name correction. I think your show would be really good for the world today. And my next question will be for Claire. And the question is, film and movies and TV are usually considered forms of art. In your opinion, are short form videos like Reels or TikToks forms of art as well?
Thank you, Kara, for the question. In my opinion, if I had to think about if short-term forms of content are considered art, I would have to say only if they meet the same criteria that we would consider for other artistic medium. And in my personal opinion, kind of like similar to what Caleb said, if this form of medium has a specific meaning or relevance or contribution to human society, I believe it can be a very valuable form of short-term content. For example, let's say one day you're scrolling through YouTube Reels and you're scrolling and scrolling, and all you see are these brain rot Minecraft Reels or of some random Roblox game. Unfortunately, even though that may have been my sixth grade obsession, I do not think it was a very valuable short-term form of content. And in that case, in my personal opinion, I would say that it would not be considered a certain form of art, in my opinion. However, if this short-term video has some kind of societal contribution, such as if it is teaching the audience a specific concept, like teaching students, explaining something in a simple way, or it is showcasing emotional connection through interaction with other human beings, or a story playing out, or something that can contribute to human society where the viewers can learn something or take away something from that short-term form of content, I believe it can be truly a beautiful form of art. However, as art comes in many different forms, and it is always up to the viewer or the audience to interpret it in their own way. So while I may not think brain rot Minecraft content is very artistic or interesting, someone else on the screen right now may think so, and in that case, maybe in your eyes, that art is beautiful. Thank you, and back to you, Kara.
Thank you for the very detailed and nuanced response, Claire. And my next question is for Janya, and the question is, will artificial intelligence be good or bad for the art world?
A question that has been going around these days a lot is, will artificial intelligence be good or bad? Well, it obviously has its own reasons to be existing, as maybe not to help your homework, but to like help with coding or even testing the code in many different ways. But if you think about it, for now, it might be it might be bad and might be taking away jobs, but maybe in the future it can get us more jobs to develop the software even more. So if you think about it in the future perspective, it might actually be an advantageous thing to happen. Thank you, Alexia Cara.
Thank you so much, Janya. That was definitely an interesting response, and I hadn't really thought about AI being potentially good. So thank you for that idea. My next question will be for Devin, and the question is, are AI artists actually artists in your opinion? Why or why not?
So are AI artists actually artists? I mean, first of all, there are still limits to AI arts technology. I think currently a requires level of, because I've debated this topic before actually. So I believe AI currently requires a level of feedback. So that means a human touch and I still very much have their place in the art world. Because AI need to search up in Google or other sources, reliable sources, to to make their requirement able to work, and they need highly amount of feedback to support the artwork. And artists working with AI are not worried about being replaced, so that's basically why AI isn't artist. At least until today, AI isn't artist and wouldn't be able to be artist. Even though if you search up in ChatGPT to make a art, it could probably make a art for your requirements, but it probably copied or made with other sources. So AI do not produce our work alone. Thank you, and back to you, Kara.
Thank you, Devin. I absolutely agree that AI cannot produce art, and often if you investigate AI art closely, the more you look, the worse it appears. So, my next question is for Hillary. And the question is, Spotify Wrapped just came out this morning, so is the music world getting better or worse? Hillary, are you able to respond right now? Okay, if not, that's all right. Then I'll ask the question to Arut Shelby instead. And again, the question is the music world getting better or worse?
In a way, actually, I think it would be getting better because a lot of creators have started to create and like increase the amount of songs there are in Spotify. And even though you may think that it might be harder to actually get ideas for songs now that there's so many different like artists and more like songs coming out, but it's actually easier in a way because they're like you can get like much more inspiration, so you're gonna get like more like different genres and different types of music which come up. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you for your response, Arut Shelby. And I'm glad that music probably has a pretty good future. My next, actually, let me see. It is 6:39, so I'll just ask one more question. And the last question will be for Amelia, and the question is, history has seen a lot of new art forms crop up, such as photography, for example, which was invented alongside cameras. But alongside these inventions, lots of art forms have also declined in popularity. So, as we move into the future, what kinds of new arts are we likely to see, and what kinds of arts will go away? So this question is a little bit difficult in my opinion, but I will ask it to Amelia.
The kind of artworks we might see in the future, since like AI is mostly taking over, we might see some of those artworks. Me personally, I want to see, I think we guys already have these, but I want to see like gems like on artwork. Like like they put gems on artwork. That seems pretty cool in my opinion. But I feel like the AI, maybe we would have more of AI artworks. I think we already have some, but I feel like AI is probably gonna dominate the art world. So yeah, thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much, Amelia. I didn't hear about the gym artwork thing, so I'll have to look into that. And Selena, I saw you wanted to ask a question.
Yeah, so so you said the word of the day was what?
Oh, sorry. I said ostracized, looking off the agenda, but I wasn't here for the beginning of the meeting, so I don't
Yeah,
know.
I believe the word was alchemy, but I don't know.
Alchemy?
Yeah.
Could maybe the grammarian clarify what the word of the day was?
Oh yeah. I actually told alchemy, but like I'm not sure what the agenda said because I did not really type in anything in the agenda. I'm
Oh,
sorry about the
okay.
confusion.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Okay, then that's my bad. Sorry about that.
It's okay. I was also a little confused.
Okay. Then I guess word of... Oh, Caleb says it is ostracized. Caleb, do you want to unmute yourself?
Yeah, I'm looking at the agenda for today, and it seems like it's ostracized.
Okay. So, I guess we should go with ostracized then. Then, sorry, Janya, if you haven't been counting that word, but from now on in the meeting, I guess everybody should try to use ostracized as the word of the day. But thank you for bringing that up, Selena. And with that, I think we can conclude the table topics section. So I'll pass it off to General Evaluator Howard. Howard, are you able to do General Evaluator right now?
Yes. I'm sorry, my internet went out for a second. All right. So I believe your speech for tonight was actually very well articulated. It had very good, great, touching topics, as well as a very moving story and a very conclusive end. I also think you made really well connections to a lot of the things that's happening in your life and a lot of things that happened in your past. as well as very good vocabulary and very good vocal variety, meaning you used your voice very well during this speech. I do think you can improve on maybe some more hand gestures, but other than that, I think it's honestly a very well-rounded speech. Wait, I realized I did the wrong role. Anyways, so as general evaluator, I will manage the evaluation portion of this meeting by calling for speech evaluators and the report from the all counter, grammarian, and timer. Finally, I will provide an evaluation of the meeting as a whole. So, I would like to call on speech evaluator 1.
So Serena, thank you for that incredible, engaging speech. I want to start by saying that I really loved your topic, how competition can drive friendships to split. Your analysis was insightful and relevant. I especially appreciated your powerful conclusion about coming together with your friends to collectively push yourselves to do better. That was a wonderful takeaway. Great choice. So now let's talk about your delivery, which was actually really, really good. First, your voice was super clear. Your clarity was fantastic, and I didn't miss a single word. You showed really good vocal variety using excellent pauses and strong enunciation when you wanted to prove a point. Visually, you were completely locked in. Your eye contact was strong and held the whole room, and your hand expressions were simply awesome. They were natural and completely helped emphasize your message. So I only have like one small suggestion for improvement. You have great volume in your voice, but you could have had more emotional variety. For your next speech, try consciously softening your tone while discussing a personal point, or perhaps speeding up slightly during an exciting anecdote. This will create an even deeper connection and make it interesting for your audience. And my challenge for you is to incorporate a single running metaphor or physical object into your speech. Overall, Serena, a fantastic job. Thank you.
All right, thank you. I'll also like to call on speech evaluator 2.
There is no speech evaluated too.
Oh, my apologies. Um, also I would like to call on the all counter.
Yeah, so that would be me. If you hear any background noise like rain, I'm sorry, it's pouring buckets in my area. But let's start. So for the first speech, there's Serena. I heard two so's and one pause. For me, and I have ostracized myself from the group by forgetting to write anything while I was talking my table topics. Next table topics. Andrew, I heard one five ands, four likes, and one and two pauses. Anthony, I heard two three likes, and one repeat. Caleb, I heard one but and I heard a maybe long pause, but it was but I don't know if that one counted. Claire, I heard one Johnny, I heard one like and two repeats. Devin, I heard one uh Archevy, I heard one one but, two likes and one maybe pause too. Amelia, I heard two one but, two maybes, and did I hold up? Did we do orange heavy twice? I think so. One two so's, one repeat, and one pause. Oh yeah, this for the speech evaluator. One two so's, one repeat, and one pause. Um, I think it's a work of alchemy that I actually did. I think it's a work of alchemy that I actually did the all counter roll because I'm currently not in my house. And I'm at my grandma's place. So that was sort of last minute when I realized I had to do out counter. Back to you.
Thank you, Selena. I would like to call on the grammarian.
Thank you, Howard. So starting with the speech. Oh, we only have one speech. Speech one, Serena. Um, I didn't really catch anything. Coming to the table topics, Selena, I also caught nothing. Andrew, I heard a few awkward uses of and the word and like here and there, but overall, great job. And then we had Anthony, I did not catch anything. Caleb, um, I like how we formed the name for the series called A Reason for Existence. I thought that was really creative. Coming to Claire, I like how you said, wait, I like how you use the connecting words, like connecting words for sentences. Um, and then it was me. I'm pretty sure I had a few errors here and there. Today is not being my day. Um, and then we had Devin, I caught nothing. Shelby also had a few awkward uses of like. Um, I think she used it to fill in some spaces in between or some crutch words, but overall it was great. And then we had Amelia, I caught nothing, nothing much. Coming to the speech evaluation portion of the meeting, speech evaluator Shelby, um, sorry. I like how you said was strong and held the whole room, if I'm not wrong. And then we had our counter, um, Selena. I like how you said it was pouring buckets near my area. And you also use like the word of the day, the the word of the day and the one I thought was the word of the day. I'm so sorry about the confusion because I thought that the general evaluator sets the word of the day. Kind of just confused me all over. Sorry about that. But overall, I would just like to tell everyone to like I just used it myself, but to not use the word like a lot because I've been hearing that throughout the meeting for most of the participants. Thank you, and back to you, Howard.
All right, thank you. I would like to call on the timer.
Thank you, Howard. So starting off with speaker one, Serena. Unfortunately, I was trying to use the Zoom app timer feature that Caleb usually uses, but for some reason, it completely ostracized me. So no matter what I tried to do to sign in, it refused to cooperate. So unfortunately, I do not have a set time for Serena's speech. But I just want to say, Serena, that your speech was great, and I can definitely notice a lot of improvements in like your speech structure and pauses and confidence overall. So great job with that. And then moving on to the table topic speeches, starting with Selena, you had a time of 1 minute and 20 seconds. Andrew, you had a time of 1 minute 15 seconds. Anthony, you had a time of 59 seconds, which was basically there. And then Caleb, you had a time of 2 minute and 18 seconds. Claire, myself, I did not record my time, so I'm gonna steal Selena's quote and say that I ostracized my own timer count. And then next, Janya, you had a time of 56 seconds, which was almost to the 1 minute mark, so it was very close. And then Devin, you had perfect time of 1 minute 30 seconds. Or Shelby, you had a time of 50 seconds, which was also a few seconds short. And then Amelia, you had a time of 42 seconds. And then moving on to the functionaries, all of you had the evaluator, odd counter, and grammarian, all of you had a pretty solid time between 2 minutes-ish to 3 minutes. So that was great. Okay, and then back to you, general evaluator Howard.
All right, thank you. I believe this is my portion where I evaluate the meeting, right? Have I left out anyone? All right, looks like I have. So, on the prepared speeches, I think both were extremely great speeches with very well articulated and very good vocal variety. For the speech evaluators, I think they all gave good content, especially with some good points. And on the general meeting, I also think that the we had very interesting table topics, as well as it was really nice how a lot of people came in and substituted for those who were absent today. Thank you.
Great. And then I'll go ahead and take it from here. So thank you everyone for a very successful meeting. I know at the start we were basically missing almost everyone and we did a lot of last minute replacements. So you guys were super quick with that and that was great. So I believe so thank you Henry for subbing in as the Toastmaster. Let's see. Thank you Howard for being the general evaluator and Art Shelby for being speech one evaluator. So yeah, thank you guys for replacing those roles. That was definitely great. And you guys all did a very great job. And with that being said, are there any questions or comments at all? Okay. If not, then just to announce in advance, I believe if I remember correctly, our break from, I'm not sure, Caleb, you can correct me if I'm wrong. Is it the last, do we still meet the 17th or are we kind of on break? Okay, 17th is good. Okay, so next 2 weeks we will still be meeting. 24th we'll be on break. And then 31st is obviously New Year's Eve, so you guys will get to enjoy that time with your family. So that will be probably our break time. And then for our upcoming officer elections, I believe we usually do them, Kayla, we usually do them in January, correct? Or have we ever, okay. So we can do those probably the 7th of January. So that's the first time we'll be meeting in January. So if you want to think about it now, if you're interested at all in an officer role, maybe if you already had one, or you want to try out another role, or maybe you've never had one and want to try to do a speech for one of those roles, that would be great. And then you can email me or any of the other officers if you have any questions about the election. Okay. Any last minute questions or comments? Okay. If not, thank you guys again for being so prompt today. And then we will see each other next week. Bye, guys.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye.
Bye, everyone. Have a great week.
Bye. Thank you.